International Speedway. And Corey, I know it's been a busy day for you already, but rather than looking too distantly off into the future, we're just going to look a couple of days into the future. First and foremost, what are your thoughts heading into our second Super Speedway race of the year at Talladega Superspeedway this Saturday afternoon?
Definitely trying not to overthink it too much. You know, we had a pretty good mindset going to Daytona with Benny Motorsports and the old 20 team. So kind of going in with a pretty similar mindset there, just to, you know, kind of stay out of trouble and kind of bide our time throughout the race, and just kind of remember that the race is longer than, you know, 10 laps, 20 laps, and we just got to stay safe for the first majority of the race and then be there at the end.
All right, we will open it up to questions from members of the media. If you do have a question for Corey Heim, raise your hand in the chat. We will start with Casey Campbell. Casey, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Charlie. Hey, Corey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, Casey?
It's going, man. First off, I got to ask you about that today's announcement about trucks and stuff. I know you teased a little bit of what you were doing. Is that what you were talking about? Yeah,
definitely. I've been holding back that announcement for a little while now. I've known for a couple months that I've been able to pilot that 51 Toyota Tundra for 2 races this year, and I'm really blessed to be able to do so. So, yeah, that was kind of what I was holding back for a little bit, just waiting for an announcement, and couldn't be more grateful for Toyota and KBM for giving me the opportunity.
Practice and qualifying is you're not going to have, and especially at a place like Darlington, what's that going to be like to go to a track that's, you know, what it is? It's Darlington. It's a hard track for first timers.
Yeah, I mean, you asked me what it's going to be like, but honestly, I have no idea. So, you know, all I can really do is watch last year's race a little bit, and that's really all the sample size I have is last year's race, because that's when I started going back there. So, just trying to take what I can learn out of that video, and you know, go with the similar mindset from the people who did really good there last year. So, all I can do is prepare the best I can on the sim and with my Toyota racing guys, and hopefully we're there at the end.
All right, thank you, Corey.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, Casey. We will go next to Bob Pockris. And Bob, before we have you ask your question, I'll ask you, does Talladega have lights?
It does not. Corey, what did you have any say in like which tracks you were going to run the 51 truck, or did they pretty much say, hey, we have these 2 races and we want you to do them?
It was pretty much just we had those 2 races. You know, I'm really blessed to be able to have that opportunity in general. So regardless of where I go, I think it's really cool. But honestly, I'm not, my feelings are not hurt at all that I'm going to two really historic tracks in Darlington and Martinsville. And I know this KBM team's been on fire so far this year. So we're going to take that Tundra to Darlington and try to do the best we can.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. Corey, one of the things that you adapted to very quickly, coming from late model racing into the ARCA Menard series, is you were very competitive very quickly in a style of race car you hadn't had a whole heck of a lot of experience in, and a lot of racetracks you didn't have a lot of experience at. How hard has it been getting used to drafting and all of the strategy that goes into races at places like Daytona and Talladega?
So far, it hasn't been too bad. I feel like I did a pretty good job of preparing for Daytona, just mentally, and kind of, you know, picking people's brains that have been there before and trying to see what they know and the mindset that they had going into the race. And I feel like those races are all about preparation. And if you go into a race with the wrong mindset, you'll find yourself getting freight trained at the back really quick, and maybe not having the best result you want to. So, you know, all I can do is really, like I said, go with the same mindset I had going to Daytona, and hope for the best result and just kind of stay out of trouble for the most part.
I know you're driving for a team that has a lot of super speedway experience and a lot of super speedway success. That has to just give you a lot of extra added confidence going into this weekend.
Yeah, definitely gives me a lot of confidence, and really doesn't really give me many excuses either. So I really got to just prepare well, like I said, and I know I'm going to have a really fast car. That's kind of a given, and all I can really do is keep the things in my control that I can control, and you know, be there at the end.
All right, once again, if you do have a question for Corey Heim, please raise your hand in the chat, and we will get to you as quickly as we can. We will go next to Luis Torres with the podium finish. Go ahead, Luis, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Charlie. So it kind of alluded to, talked about Darlington, also Martinsville, just kind of describe just honestly the defeat. Obviously, it's far ahead from now. Just the feeling to be running at those historic tracks, especially at a race where the truck series will have a lot of implications with that championship for cutoff race would be, because there's some of them that probably, like John Hunter Nemechek, are hoping to make the championship for.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about it too much. I'm definitely kind of looking more into the near future. Darlington, there's not going to be any implications there. Obviously, I'm not trying to go there and piss anybody off, but at the same time, I don't want to make any of the wrong battles and pick the wrong fights. So, our mindset is to go there and try to win the race, and whatever happens, happens. But then you look at Martinsville, and like you said, a lot of people are going to be battling for a championship there, and I'm going to do my best to try to not make anybody angry and anything like that. But, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to go there and try to win the race. So I'm mostly just concerned about myself, and I'm definitely going to try to stay out of my teammates' way if it comes down to it. But I'm not really going to worry about that until the moment comes.
Understandable. Thank you, and best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet.
All right, I understand my friend Judson O'Neill has a question for you as well. Corey, Judson, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. And hey, Corey, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Judson. How are you?
I'm good. It seems like we just talked not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago. So we keep running into each other. So you need to start coming to more of these late model races. So I don't know. Next time we'll see each other, but I just wanted to know. So I didn't even know you were racing in the Make It 2 truck starts till like 30 seconds ago when I looked it up, because I just got done with piano lessons. And so, but I just want to know, how are you going to prepare for these races and everything, never being behind the wheel of one of these cars before, and especially with NASCAR not allowing practice and qualifying and all, how that's going to affect you and how you're going to prepare for these.
Yeah, it'll definitely be tough. I think Darlington's definitely one of the tougher races on the schedule. All I can really do is try to watch as much racing there as I can and try to learn what successful people at that racetrack have done there to be better. And of course, I get a lot of sim time with KBM and Toyota Racing, so I'm really thankful for that. And without that, it'd be a lot tougher. So really, all I can do is use my assets with Toyota Racing and KBM and try to prepare the best I can for that. And with no practice and qualifying, it's going to make it even tougher. So. Got definitely a tall task, I feel like, but I think we're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, and so you're racing also at Talladega this weekend on ARCA. So no practice and qualifying, or I guess ARCA does. I don't know how they do their practice and qualifying, but can you just talk to us about how you're feeling about this weekend? Ty Gibbs and we're only 2 races into the year, but you guys are in such a tight championship battle and everything right now, and probably will continue to be. And so talk about how you're going to stay, up there with Ty and stuff, trying to lead over him in the points and everything coming into Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, all we can really do is go and try to win the race at Talladega. I'm going to have to be a little bit dependent on other people to help me stay out front and try to get there. I think we're starting 6th or something like that. So a lot of the stuff at Talladega is out of my control, but we're going to start going to some tracks that are a lot more in my control and that I can really, a driver has a little bit more impact in it. So I'm not really worried about anyone specific. I'm just worried about the whole field and trying to beat every car we get out there. I'm not really focusing on Ty or anyone in specific. Everyone's competition, and if you get too sidetracked on one person, it's just you're gonna get carried away. So I'm focused on beating everyone in the field.
All right. Well, thank you for talking to me, Corey.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Judson. Judson actually brings up a very good question right there, Corey, with the lack of practice and the already cutback in testing that NASCAR has made throughout all of its top national series. Laps in the ARCA Menard series suddenly could be very valuable. So you've already made the commitment that you're going to chase after the championship. You're here to learn, you're here to gain experience. Does that really kind of readjust, what your game plan is while you're here in the ARCA Menard series, as you're building laps and building your own mental notebook as you start that climb up the motorsports ladder?
Yeah, I think regardless of what I race, whether it's a late model or an ARCA car or whatever else I may get myself into, of course, always trying to learn the most I can. But really all I'm trying to do in ARCA this year is win as many races as we can and win the championship. So we're going to try to win 19 races throughout the year this year and try to get that title and also try to win some truck races as well. So that's what we're here for. And of course, like I said, any kind of experience I get in a late model, an ARCA car, you know, I raced a TA2 car a couple weeks ago as well, and that's all valuable experience. But you know, if I step into a race car and there's something to win, I'm going to try to go win it. So regardless of what I do this year, that's my goal.
Can't win the rest until you win the next, right?
That's right.
Great. Does anybody else have any questions for Corey Heim? If you do, please raise your hand in the chat and we will get right over to you. We will send it back to Casey Campbell. Casey, go ahead with your question.
Thanks, Charlie. I just thought of another one. You're going to be working with Marty Lindley. Of course, everybody knows what what he did with Sam Mayer and what he's done this season with the 51 truck. Have you had a chance to meet him yet?
Yeah, we've already done about 5 or 6 sim sessions together. He's a really good guy. I actually just saw him today. I came back from KBM and I'm at TPC now. So he's a really good guy. He's really smart. He's a determined individual, and he's the perfect guy, I think, for the team. And he's a good fit for the job as well. So I'm really excited to get to work with him for a couple races this year.
All right, go win another one for Toyota, okay?
That's right. Thank you.
So Corey, the ARCA Menard Series has been off since the race at Phoenix back on March 13th. What have you been doing to keep yourself busy in the intervening 6 weeks?
I have done a couple of late model races. I raced at my home track a couple weeks ago and picked up a win there. So that was really special for me to win on my home track. I raced a TA2 race at the Charlotte Roval to kind of get a little bit of road course experience. I have next to none in my past, so I think that was really valuable. It was kind of a rough weekend just to get used to those cars, but you know, nonetheless, I gained a little bit of experience on the road course stuff, and hopefully going to be prepared for Mid Ohio and Watkinsville later this year. But other than that, just doing some sim time. I've been putting in about 7 to 10 hours a week on the sim for Toyota and KBM and Venerini, and spent a lot of time at the shop just trying to get to know those guys at KBM and do everything I can to better myself at Venerini as well.
So without divulging any corporate secrets, you mentioned sim time. What is time on the sim? What are you racing? Are you working on setups? Can you give us a little insight of what that actually means? Again, without getting yourself in trouble and divulging secrets.
It's just gaining experience for me. It's mostly just for me going to some tracks. Really no different than iRacing, other than the fact that the Toyota Sim's really advanced and you know, has a lot of time and effort put into it to better our drivers. So everyone over here at GRD is doing everything they can to better this establishment and better the program. So they're doing an awesome job so far, and I feel like I gained more experience and better myself as a race car driver every single week with them.
All right, final question from me before we let you go. You are battling for a championship this year. Ty Gibbs, seems to be your #1 competitor here in the ARCA Menard Series. You won Daytona, he won Phoenix. How do you see this going the rest of the year?
Just the battle between me and him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm here to win races. I'm not worried about it. You know, for all I'm concerned, I got to beat, you know, whoever else is in the field, the other 25, 30 cars, whatever we might have at Talladega to win the race. So, you know, like I said earlier, I'm just trying to win races, not concerned about Ty, not concerned about anyone specific, and just trying to go out and win races.
You win the most races, you score the most points, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us here today. We'll let you get back to it. Best of luck to you this weekend down at Talladega Superspeedway.
I appreciate it, Charles. Thanks, guys.
Thank